Never step up on me like that again. Just watch.
All right, why do you think? Because.
KSI reacts to the Bryce Hall versus Austin McBroom fight. KSI is the founding father when it comes to these influencer boxing matches. A few years back, he went toe-to-toe with Joe Weller in the boxing ring, and that was the start of something great. One of the most entertaining things to happen to YouTube are these boxing matches. Of course, when matches happen, whether it be from the Paul brothers or Bryce Hall, KSI always has something to say. KSI loves the sport of boxing and finds them very entertaining, as he was a part of the first one. So when he saw that Bryce Hall and Austin McBroom had a face-to-face press conference, he was hyped. He usually likes to talk trash on social media pages during these fights. KSI was clearly not on team Bryce Hall, because before the press conference even happened, Bryce and him were going at it on Twitter. KSI hasn't boxed since 2019, but he was quick to call out Bryce Hall. These two even teased a possible boxing match against each other in the future. But let's first see what KSI had to say to Bryce Hall. A couple minutes before the press conference officially started, Bryce Hall took to Twitter to say this: KSI just said he would F me up in the ring. I wouldn't want to ruin the fight you've been dodging with Jake just because you lost to a TikToker. At KSI, after I beat Austin, we can talk, buddy. Winky face. Then KSI replied to Bryce Hall by saying, "You are literally easy work. Who do you think you're talking to?" And well, Bryce Hall came back firing some shots at KSI. He said, 1, you're scared of Jake Paul. 2, you won to Logan by points on a crappy call. 3, you are fat. Nobody is scared of you. So it seems like this whole thing quickly shifted to Bryce Hall versus KSI. Although that would be an interesting matchup, Bryce Hall still needs to prove himself against Austin McBroom if he wants to take on KSI. Not only did KSI have some words for Bryce Hall, even Deji, KSI's brother, chimed in by saying this: "Is this fight a way for you to make a name for yourself since your ex left you, you clapped guy?" Of course, Deji is referring to Bryce's ex-girlfriend Addison Rae, as many believe that Addison Rae gave Bryce Hall the career he has. He then went on by saying, "We'll see if your energy is the same in person," because Bryce Hall kinda threw some shade at Deji. Bryce tweeted this to Deji: "Name for myself, you're fighting on the undercard of my fight. You peaked in 2017. But that's not all that happened with Bryce Hall and KSI. KSI went on to tweet back at Bryce Hall, and he said, 1, not scared, just busy smashing music, dropping an album, and selling out arenas. 2, still won and still undefeated. 3, still would F you up easily. You are a Jake Paul wannabe. Go back to throwing it back on TikTok. You can't survive over here." So of course, with every Twitter fight, Bryce Hall had to come back with some shade. He said, 1, you pay for features and you're always the crappiest verse. 2, undefeated but you haven't fought me. 3, try and I'll slap the F out of that 8 head of yours. Some pretty harsh words coming from Bryce Hall, but I gotta say, it will make the boxing match between Bryce and KSI that much more entertaining if it does happen. And the Twitter drama didn't even stop there. KSI decided to end the conversation by saying, "Win your fight first, then we will talk." So obviously, if Bryce Hall impresses KSI with his upcoming boxing match against Austin, he will be able to get a boxing match with him. Of course, KSI is a much bigger influencer than Bryce Hall, but the point of these matches are to see who the best influencer fighters are, so it would be amazing to watch Bryce and KSI go at it. But that wasn't all that KSI had to say to Bryce Hall. Although KSI didn't tweet back at Bryce right away, he was watching the press conference for Bryce and Austin McBroom. During the press conference, Bryce Hall called out KSI multiple times as he told his brother Deji that he doesn't want to fight him, but instead he wants to take on Deji's brother KSI. KSI did not respond to Bryce Hall calling him out in front of millions, but the press conference went on and things were getting pretty heated between the competitors.
Yo, you barely beat Stormady.
Shut the f. I'll smack the shit out of you.
Hey, tell him, Deji.
I'll smack the shit out of you too. I will say it to your face. You act like I'm scared of you. You act like I'm scared of you. You have 4 eyes right now. Shut the f.
If you touch me,
you have headphones over a hoodie right now. What am I scared of? I'm not scared of you. screen. I'm
in
talking to a
Miami soon.
computer. I'm talking to a computer. Shut
you in Miami soon.
Shut the fuck up.
Yo,
time out, time out.
This guy I have ever seen.
Deji, chill for a second.
Keep up myself.
Deji, chill for a second.
I'm in Miami soon, please.
Keep crying, keep crying.
Because then legally, I can
You're not
fucking
worth
drop
it. Your
you.
brother is. KSI, you're next.
Deji,
cool,
why
yeah.
did this
Alright,
beef
awesome.
start with you and Bryce on social media today?
Yeah, this just started a couple hours ago. Where did that come from?
Where's this coming from?
Oh, sir, for the longest time, this guy has just been chatting the most shit, honestly. Like, me personally, I would love if Bryce was my opponent. Like,
Trash talk was being thrown around from the YouTube and TikTok side, and we all know that Bryce likes to get himself into some fights. So I think it's safe to say that everybody in the entire building and everyone watching was expecting something to go down at this press conference. And let me tell you, something definitely went down. Austin McBroom was talking trash to Bryce after Bryce repeatedly kept making fun of him. So Austin stood up and got in Bryce's face. It was quickly stopped by people holding the two back. So Austin sat back down and so did Bryce. But then Bryce told Austin to never go face to face with Bryce again or something bad will happen. So Austin, being Austin, decided to stand right back up and get in Bryce's face again. Bryce quickly stood up and pushed Austin. From there, Bryce Hall fell over after security and Austin started fighting back. A dog pile went on for a good 5 minutes before the press conference had to end and everyone had to go. The Instagram page, The Bread Batch, posted about the fight between the two, and guess who commented on the post? Yeah, you guessed it right. KSI was one of the first to comment. He said, "How did Bryce get dropped by his own push?" Laughing face emoji. It seemed like KSI thought the fight was hilarious, and then he further went on to make a meme out of Bryce with the rest of the YouTube community. He posted a picture of Bryce on the ground during the fight with Austin, and he captured it saying, "You good, Bryce?" So Bryce had to reply to this as he really wants the boxing match between him and KSI to happen. He tweeted back saying, "Yeah, I'm perfectly fine, thanks for asking. Let's make it happen, ? Taylor versus Deji and me versus you. After we drop our opponents June 12th, of course." A lot went down at this press conference with Austin McBroom and Bryce Hall. Not only that, it seems like there might be a match between Bryce and KSI if Bryce can defeat Austin on June 12th. If he can do that, the fight with KSI will be way bigger than this one, most likely, as KSI has a very large and loyal fan base. But anyways, who do you think would win in a boxing match? KSI or Bryce Hall? If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe as we will be posting much more about this topic.